Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
So, hello, dear participants. Good morning, all of you, and welcome, sir, to this webinar series. And thank you for accepting our invitation to join our webinar series, sir. And I'll start the session. Before start the session, I'll introduce our today's guest speaker. So today's guest speaker is Mr. Naneshwar Mori, sir. He is having an experience in the pharmacovigilance department as a drug safety associate. Uh, from then now he is working from the 2016 to now he is working in a cognizant technological department. Uh, so it's time to start the session, sir.
Yes. Sure. So just all of you, can you please let me know if I'm audible to all?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I hope the session should be interactive. I'm expecting more reply from audience, like students who are joining virtually. So guys, I'm audible to all of you. Yes, you can speak up. It's not kind of your sir is there. You can speak up, guys.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So first, let me briefly introduce myself. Myself, Naneshwar More. So basically, I belong from Latur, Maharashtra. So basically, I'm having the total of 10 years of experience in pharmacovigilance domain. Currently, I'm working in TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, as a team lead in PV domain, signal detection. So basically, so one more thing, I'm expecting this session should not be a kind of routine classroom kind of sessions or whatever we used to have. So it should be interactive and formal kind of discussion. So that you will be more comfortable while asking questions or any other concerns you people are having. I know at this stage of your career, educational career, what state of mind you will be having. Always there is a confusion what to choose, and you can pitch in at any time and just ask us. So, and one more thing I would like to highlight. I don't know many of you are aware or not. So I belongs to the founder batch from the batch first batch we passed out from the Malkapur College of Pharmacy. So we are from that batch. I think Ritesh might have already communicated to you, right? Yes, Ritesh.
Yes, sir, definitely. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So come to the today's agenda. So Ritesh, uh, how many students are from our last year batch
Sir,
in this session?
Mobin sir was there. Prior to that, Satish Ugle sir also was there.
Okay. No, I'm asking about this current batch, final year students, right?
So right now, we spread this link to the various colleges, and right now here is 88 students joined.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Many
Okay,
more are joining on the YouTube links.
okay,
From
okay,
our
fine.
institute, there is 100 plus registrations.
Okay, Ritesh.
Yeah.
Oh, so fine, guys. So just start with today's agenda. So basically, what people are you people like final year student? What people you are expecting your career like pursuing a PG, going into research, trying another domain, or can even guys please speak up. This session should be interactive. What do you think about your career after your graduation or post graduation? I am expecting answer from audience. Just I won't take much time. Just briefly tell what you are thinking about your career. Divya, Achal. Okay. I speak up. Actually, we have to be very vocal when you go to the corporate, right? So you need to be very vocal to get I mean, whatever the things will be there in future. So you should be very vocal. So just I won't waste much time on this formal discussion. So straightforward, we'll go to the. So I have been invited for a pharmacovigilance. So how you people are looking to the pharmacovigilance domain as a career growth? So basically, one thing is very important nowadays. So whenever you are, making any debut in any career field or anything, like suppose pharmacovigilance, it's nowadays it's a it's a globalized world. So you need to be updated, upskilled at any point of time. So that's not like once you entered into the field, the routine work, whatever has been assigned out doing, so that will be go at till the end. So it is not going to be happen. You need to be very upskilled. You have to adapt to the skills, new technologies, and all kind of changes, whatever being implemented in the current status. You need to at par with that level. So first, I'm telling you what is pharmacovigilance. If you go by bookish language, it's a kind of technical blah blah blah, detecting adverse events, something something. So in simple layman words, so whatever the drugs before coming into the market that is in clinical trial phase or after the post-approval phase that is phase 4 comes into the market due to the some previous incidences and long-term chronic effect on the entire population. So that authority across the world, so they want the strict regulatory monitoring for the whatever the reactions and whatever the expected outcome is coming or it is giving something other than that. You might be aware that thalidomide incidents, right? Liver cirrhosis for some drugs, Nimuslide was banned in many countries. So that is work. That is our actual work come into the picture once the drug is get approved into the market and in trial phase. So right. So there will be like once it is approved, so there will be just strict timeline like for serious death cases. If I am having suppose paracetamol and I had some events. Suppose like I got liver issues or something. So if that has to be reported to the regulatory authority and in bulk, like quarterly, 6 monthly, and annual basis, they will compile all the data and pull out the conclusion. So how it's going as per whatever the result it has been shown in clinical trial are going or not, and accordingly they will take actions. So that is our work to analyze all the things. So first of all, in pharmacovigilance, we need to be very vocal, right? In critically analyzing the things, then drafting the narrative. So there are. So this is our work. What we used to do in PV, right? So this is post-approval, right? So there are three phases in pharmacovigilance. Like one is ICSR, individual case report safety. That is ICSR cases safety specialist. Second one is medical writer. So what is the medical writer or aggregate report writing? And third one is signal detection. And fourth one is RMT, risk and plan management. So once these ICSR cases are reported in bulk, in huge number, in millions, so that is not possible to individually go into the each case and derive the expected result. So what we used to regulatory authority has decided. So there should be a submission of quarterly, biannually, and annual reports. That is called aggregate reporting. So we used to prepare the drafts in a very compiled manner, specific to the population, specific to the age, genders, then regions, ethnicity. So that is a very concise and critical analysis. What we used to report on individual basis. So that is compiled report. That is called medical writing. That is second aspect, right? So after providing all the details, the regulatory authority will take the necessary actions on that report. So this is second domain, that is medical writing. Third is signal detection. Okay, so after providing all the this data like polling data from ICSR, medical writing, and other various sources like regulatory authority cases, in signal detection, we will actually check what exactly information we have derived from all these sources and what signal it is coming out, like whether this drug is accessing his whatever the efficacy or it's giving the hazardous effects. So at that time, if any hazardous effect it is showing into that signal report, so we need to notify to the regulatory authority exactly about the whatever signal we are getting. They will thoroughly investigate, and if that is come into the, true, so they will withdraw or recall the drug from the market. So that is third part, and risk and management plan. So rightly said before. So RMP is the like whatever the risk we are getting information from all these reports. So we will update accordingly. Like suppose if any pregnant woman, breastfeeding mothers, they are while during the clinical trial some effects are not there, but after some 2 or 3 years, 5 years, there is some different development in that reaction and some other labels. So we need to communicate the same thing. So this is the parameter or this is the reactions are coming very frequently. So you need to be once that communication has to go to the all the healthcare professionals like doctors, those who are in big hospital chain hospitals, then pharmacists, and all these. So they will prepare RSI, reference safety information, CCDS, company code data sheets, and other labels, which if you might have find that medical store one, if you purchase anything, any bottle or something, there will be a one label into that one. So that label will be that is not simply printed and kept into that packet. So it has been thoroughly investigated and accordingly it has been put into that whatever the product will be there, right? So that is our work to update the label, communicate the same thing to the healthcare professionals like doctors and all this whoever come into the chain. So that is risk management plan. These are 3 to 4 pillars of PV. So right. So these are some traditional ones going on. Have you heard about any pharmacoeconomics or your health economics and outcome research? So now new trend is coming into the picture once this data mining, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning has came into the picture. So my more focus is on that one because whatever just now I have spoken, most of the people might have been knowing at least their subject names. So pharmacoeconomics is actually quite interesting and potential field for our newcomers. The only thing is you have to be very critical, you have to be very on your toes, very analytical while preparing. So it's a here is nothing but like health economics and outcome research. So this is a new field in PV. So it's a kind of combination of pharmacovigilance and pharmacoeconomics. So it's a dual role. Whatever in aggregate report writing, whatever we used to pull out the data from database and we'll examine it and finally draw the conclusion. Likewise, for if you go with that remuneration or salary package, your health economic and outcome research nowadays is quite interesting nowadays. Uh, like what exactly here we used to do is right. So in here, health economic and outcomes, this is also known as pharmacoeconomics. So if there are multiple continents in the world like Africa, Asia, North America, South America, Europe, then Asia. So whatever the continents, uh, uh, different ethnicity peoples will be there, different climate. So what is I mean, as a hero associate or hero analyst, what is our job in that one? So suppose in Asia, when there is a winter, so there will be a more demand of asthmatic products in Asia. So accordingly, we need to plan the production. We have to strategize the things. So based on the whatever the current scenario, you need to plan the entire economic strategy of that for that company. So that is very critical role. I'm saying directly. I mean, it's very difficult to get entry into that one. First, you need to have exposure of all the basic fields like what you just now explained. So that is quite necessary. So in that one, in pharmacoeconomics, what we used to do, like just now I told you the then this seasons. Then second one will come into the will get all the details from that parent organization, like, but that will be in bulk. So we need to pull out the data according to the age, gender, then their diseases. So if you see, suppose if you are working for a company X, so suppose in last quarter your turnover or your sale in suppose Sri Lanka is suppose 10 crore. Now it has fallen to 6 crores only. So next quarter. So you need to analyze the things like why it was down. No, that is not merely with the words but with the numbers. Like last year, these many patients were there. These patients having that many medical histories, comorbidities, sugars. I mean diabetes patients that much, pregnant woman that much, pediatrics, geriatrics. So why it has came down? So you might find the many reasons once you play with the data. So what happened? So suppose company Y, that is competitor of X, has came into the picture with some different packaging strategies or different then combination of the drugs. So they might be getting more results. So healthcare professionals are preferring their products. So you need to go to the root cause for that, what exactly happened. And accordingly, you need to prepare a report and submit to your higher management. Like, so this is the scenario. This competitor has have this edge or advantage in this field. So we need to be accordingly we need to change our plan or strategy. So that is very dynamic. You know, it's not kind of same today's work you are doing it tomorrow's. It doesn't happen in your. So that is very critical, and they will analyze the things. So there will be another, chain of commands will be there. So ultimately, you need to show whatever the plan you have presented after implementation that should result in a revenue generation. So that is the main work of your. Likewise, it happens with the races, disease conditions, different geographies, different socio-economic status like African countries and all these things. So you need to have thorough information about all these things. So that is won't come in a single day. Once you go into all these cycles, definitely we'll get into that entire picture. So this is the new domain. So now along with that, in the same, it's we will call it a sister domain like configurations, study configurations, and all these things. So in PV, guys, I'm not much focusing on the part which most of the people you can easily find it on internet or Google or anywhere. These are the domains which are evolving. Most of the people might not be aware of these things. So configuration experts. So like it's a semi-technical role. It requires healthcare professional as well and some skills as well. So you are at early stage of your career. So if you people want to make some career in configuration expert, like we used to have many studies going on, clinical trial studies and all. So these are already, there is a special study ID given, and accordingly, there are many databases like Argus, ArisG. So we have to configure all these studies in that databases. So what is that configuration expert's role will come into the picture. So all the whatever the studies getting carried out, he has to first uh, get all the details information like protocol, then after configuration, which field should come into the auto populate, or which field should come into the drop down. So he will definitely run the protocols or configure the all the rules from backend. So that is those who are technically sound people. So those they can go into the configuration also as well. So here, whatever work just now I explained, we do. So that basically defined by the configuration team in a set rule. So that is another aspect. And for that one nowadays, I am seeing many people like though we are not from engineering background or computer expert background, so there is a SQL language or basics of language are there, right? So try to learn. You have much time now. So these language, try to learn these language. Definitely that will come, help you in the future. Like not only in configuration, the next whatever the time or generation is coming, that is only a data dependent domain will become in any field you go. So in whenever data come into the picture, then SQL and other languages will be very useful. If you start learning these things, though you joined any domain, definitely that will help in your future career as well. So these are the some new aspects I'm telling. So if you are having any questions, you can pitch in between as well. So, Ritesh, does anyone is having any questions? So that I'm expecting this session to be a more interactive rather than monotonous.
Dear participant, if anyone having any question, please ask. You can post your question in the chat box.
Yeah. No,
Speak in Hindi, please.
sorry, could you please come again?
Hindi, please.
Oh, sorry, but I'm not getting what exactly you're saying. Okay, could you please chat your questions?
Hello, Sumit. Sumit, your voice is not clear.
Just put your question in chat box.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, can you please explain about some pharmacoeconomics?
Yeah. So, pharmacoeconomics, just now, what was last section I told you, that is nothing but pharmacoeconomics only. So, that is in technical language, that is called HEOR, Health Economics and Outcome Research, nothing but pharmacoeconomics. So, that is nothing but we need to strategize the things according to the suppose if we are getting the 2 years data from company, like suppose there is a anti-diabetic drug, so there was a sudden decrease in their sale. So you need to go into the detail, like what is the population strength in that particular country. So gender wise, then disease wise, you need to classify the information. And suppose if there are 1 million doses utilized in the last previous year, and this year it was only came to the half of that one. So you need to search the reason, and you need to put the plan why it has been dropped from the last year, and how we can prevent it, and how we can grow from that place to higher level. So that is the main job of in pharmacoeconomics expert. So what we will do, we will not only look into the economic perspective. So we will go in detail, like in this region or in this country, these many patients are having these conditions. So how it is different? So what we need to change, like our supply chain management, or why it has not been done. So that is very critical things in pharmacoeconomics. You need to go into the details. So at that time, you need multiple data, connect with multiple departments. So now that is very lucrative or very attractive business, you would say. Business in the sense career growth. Those who are thinking critical analytical mindset, just for the sake of job doing, if you are doing job, then that is not their job. Yes. Any other questions? Guys, please be vocal. Huh?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. What kind of additional courses we need to join before joining Pharmacovigilance Department?
No, just no, not required any additional courses in the sense. Suppose nowadays, the internet is the our biggest friend. So at least if you are not able to join any classes or courses or spend too much money, if you go into that, no, you will get 2 or 3 months courses. Certification there are. If you go on to the LinkedIn, no, there will be a many certification program available. So just try to get as many as certifications as possible and try to learn the technical things as well along with this one. Like just now I explained data kind of things like SQL. Don't go into the too much detail. Huh? Just I'm telling superficial kind of things. Suppose if you are planning to come to the PV domain, then some Excel proficiency is required. Excel proficiency in the sense like basic stuffs, merging of the cells, like formulas, VLOOKUP, these things will be required. And yeah, required in the sense they will be again teaching you. But if you are having the advanced knowledge of that one, so you will get easily promoted and noticed by your managers. So there is a chance of growth in your promotions. So these soft skills, some soft skills are there. So you need to require to attain. One more thing aspect like leadership quality. So definitely once you join within a 6 month or 1 year, you will come. They will be analyzing the people who can lead the team. So you need to be like communication is the biggest obstacles I have seen with many people. So whenever you are communicating with this source or it's I have never spoke with the client or this one or that one. So most of the people know everything, but they could not able to communicate to the person who are sitting in front of them. So then there is no use of your knowledge or your expertise. Okay, so no issues once you are enter into the office, your colleague is there, you can chat in a local language or something, it's okay. But whenever you need to connect with the client or if you have to do it on your own or individually, then that communication aspect will come into the picture. And second one is leadership. Try to develop your leadership skills like that still if you are going to the routine life, it won't visible much. But there will be always scenario once in a while or most of the time so there your leadership will be tested in difficult scenarios like suddenly if you are having crunch of resources or people, you need to finish the task within timeline. There will be much stress from your senior manager. So at that time you should not be like hesitant or go behind, but you need to channelize the all the energy into one day and you need to stood up as a leader. So that leadership quality won't come within a 1 day or 2 day. It needs to be developed on over the years. So also keep in mind while entering any field, try to be a leader into that field. Okay. So these are some, and one more thing I would like, I'm not taking any slides or PPTs or all these things because whenever the practical experience come into the picture, no, that would be I'm actually focusing on that part only. Simply putting slides and all these things that you can get anywhere. That is, there is no issue in that one. So another any questions about
Hello, sir.
any? Yes.
Sir, there is one question from participant. What will be the exact work or role assigned to freshers in Vigilance Department?
Okay. So initially, whenever it depends upon which project and which team you have been assigned. So there will be, suppose if you are in ICSR team, so there will be a 2 to 3 role will be there. So one is intake, second is will be the case processing, and third will be like your routing mailbox handling, right? Whenever suppose I will go with one by one mailbox handling. So first of all you might think like mailbox handling. Oh, what is that? Is that work or what? How it can be a field or it can be a work to do? No, it's not like that. So there will be a different in one mailbox that is centralized mailbox will be there. So the people suppose I am working for suppose Pfizer. project. So for Pfizer project, I am part of global team. Then from entire across the globe, I am getting the emails like local LPVO, that means local pharmacovigilance officer. Suppose Canada, local Canada officer, he has to send that mail to my mailbox, central mailbox. Then accordingly, entire all over the world we get the mails. So according the person who is handling that one, he has to segregate the first that mails from which country. He previously, before joining into the mailbox team, he will be given intensive training. So there will be different local requirement for reporting. So suppose serious death case is there, so he need to check the entire document and he has to prioritize that mail for intake. The second person will do intake for that same case. Intake in the sense nothing but booking. He will prioritize the things. He will put the four validity criteria whether this case needs to go into the database or not, like a patient, suspect drug, event, and another criteria. So patient, suspect, event, and drug. So he will check that criteria. Accordingly, he will take action which is valid or non-valid. If it is valid, it will go into the further next workflow. After intake, that is case processing. In case processing, he will entirely fill up the data like patient's details, then general information like which country is report, then reporter, who is reporter, medical history, and he will write the concise narrative of that particular case. Like this case belongs to the this patient, 56-year female patient, and in a chronological order, he will draft all the report in that case, and ultimately it will be sent to the quality review and finally distributed according to timelines. So these are the works we'll get in initial phases of our career in PV. Any other questions?
So there was one question. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
role
I
of
can.
pharmacovigilance in forensics?
Yeah, I have seen that one. Right. So that will be quite interesting questions. So if you go into the forensic, they will go at very minute and micro level. But there is in pharmacovigilance, we'll look into the picture in, in a overview period of time. Like individual case will get submitted on routine basis for 3 monthly data we'll collect. So what we'll do, forensic science come into the picture when something came into picture, like after 6 months or 1 year of complete analysis, we came to know. So this is suppose 50,000 death cases reported on any cardiovascular drug. So we need to analyze what is the correlation between them. So once we send a finding to them, then forensic science come into the picture. Any questions? So they will deep dive into that molecular level into that one. But the basic data required will be supplied by from our team only. It is PVT.
All participants have requested. If you have any doubt, please ask.
Yes, I got one question from Krishna Talekar. Right. Guys, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, okay. So, Krishna, first, his question is like, is there any job opportunities in government sector? So basically, if you look at the global perspective, if you go into the European Union or North America, and so these are some that first world like developed countries. So they are having the PV culture or whatever system they have developed there. So they are very, very vigilant and they will take the things very, at micro level, minute level. So now, if you look at the mini program, last some couple of 5 or 10 years, government of India also launched a vigilance program, and I mean, if you see like that is whatever the aims, so there will be a vigilance program is going on, but that is not up to that level. Even if you go to the submissions also in India, that is not up to that level. But if you look at that in Lucknow, there is one government institute, IPC or something, I guess. So they have already started monitoring program. You might have heard about Covaxin and these two vaccine, Covaxin and AstraZeneca, one more vaccine out there, whatever his name. So that two vaccines. So after that, there will be in at least in India, there are many people, young generation. I'm talking about the people who are in 20 to 40 years of age. They are getting heart attack with unknown reasons, right? So now the government has already initiated the vigilance program on that one. So right now we are not up to that level as compared to the other Western world. But yes, definitely in future, definitely government has to look into this issue. But the opportunity right now in government sector is quite limited. Any other questions?
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Department of IP in government sector, how it will work?
Could you please come again?
Sir, our Indian Pharmacopoeia also having the PVPI department. So you have
Yes.
any idea how they can work and how we can join this department?
Yeah, actually, I have seen many people in Indian Pharmacopoeia. There are two scenarios. There is one is a contractual agreement, and one will be permanent. So they directly they won't give a permanent role in that one. So first you need to join there on contractual basis. Then they will assess and all these things, and at last they will I mean continue their on payroll. But if you look at the budget and all these things from government of India, that is quite limited. So that's why they are not able to expand their overview into the entire in country in a full scale. Yes, and even if you want to join in the Indian Pharmacopoeia as a PV expert or something, then definitely there will be ad coming nowadays on LinkedIn and all these things. So that is not hard and fast like so every 6 months or every 1 year, this month, definitely that post will come. So you need to keep track on that one. Once you get, by that time, you have to be thorough. Any questions? Guys, any another questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable guidance. So, for the session you made available, so we will thank you for the providing your valuable time. And you are from your working place right now, and still you are giving the knowledge to a student. It is really privileged thing for us that you will spare your time. So, thank you so much, sir. In future also, if any questions we will get from the student, we can communicate with you and give information regarding in the webinar group. So, dear students, right now in our webinar group, we are posting a feedback link. It is mandatory that everyone should fill up the feedback. Unless and until you complete the feedback link, you cannot get the certification. Yes, sir, Nanisha, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ritesh.
Yes.
It's my privilege that I have joined this webinar. I know I was the founder student of this college, so it's my privilege to be a part of these sessions. Actually, I do not know the student individually, but you can communicate them if they are having any issues or any challenges at any level. Definitely, they can connect with us. No issues.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Our TNP cell and Alumni are working together for this webinar series, and definitely we will communicate you regarding the any job requirement for our student. We can communicate with you also, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And guys, thank you all for your patience listening. You can definitely connect with me. So if my contact details is required, you can take it from Ritesh. So he will be there always to help you. Not only with this domain or anything, at any point of time, if you feel like we need some help, some guidance, so definitely you can reach out to me. Then Ritesh will provide the details to you guys.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Our next session is in the 5 minutes. You can take a break of 5 minutes. Afterward, we will go with the another domain, that is a CDM by Mr. Aditya Bhavar from TCS.
Okay, so I'm
Thank you
taking
so
leave,
much.
Ritesh.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
guys.
Again, once again, thank you, sir.